NVIDIA controls the world's AI engines, but now its own CEO, Jensen Huang, is rattled, publicly warning that if Elon Musk's Dojo project succeeds, their dominance and the entire tech industry's future could collapse overnight. 95% of China's AI once ran on NVIDIA chips. Can one disruptor flip the whole system? The real danger starts here. Jensen Huang does not hand out warnings lightly. As the chief executive officer who turned NVIDIA into the backbone of modern artificial intelligence, his words carry weight across the tech world. At a recent industry forum, Huang described the challenge of building advanced AI chip manufacturing as extremely hard. It is not just building the plant, but the engineering, the science, and the artistry. He knows firsthand the complexity of this business. NVIDIA's global dominance depends on a supply chain so intricate that a single disruption can ripple through the entire industry. Huang has watched as Elon Musk, once a customer, now pushes to build a vertically integrated AI empire, from custom chips to massive supercomputers. The prospect is not just about losing a client, it is about the possibility that NVIDIA's grip on AI hardware could be broken, leaving the rest of the market exposed. That is why Huang's warning lands with such force. Nearly every major artificial intelligence project today depends on a single supplier for the most advanced compute hardware. In China, that reliance is almost total. About 95% of high-end artificial intelligence chips come from NVIDIA. These graphics processing units are not just another component, they are the foundation of every large-scale artificial intelligence system, from language models to autonomous vehicles. The demand is staggering. Data centers worldwide now compete for limited shipments, with lead times stretching for months and prices surging to record highs. As more industries race to build smarter factories, smarter cars, and faster research labs, the pressure on this fragile supply chain keeps growing. If a company like Tesla manages to build its own vertically integrated chip ecosystem, the shockwaves would reach far beyond a single supplier losing market share. It could redraw the entire map of who controls the future of artificial intelligence. Inside NVIDIA's engineering labs, the Blackwell architecture stands as a showcase of deliberate, relentless refinement. At its core, Blackwell's greatest asset is memory bandwidth. Each GPU delivers up to 8 terabytes per second through 192 gigabytes of HBM3E. This immense throughput is the lifeblood for training trillion-parameter models, handling data so quickly that bottlenecks nearly disappear. But hardware alone does not define Blackwell's edge. The real strength lies in a software moat built over decades. CUDA, NVIDIA's programming platform, underpins thousands of AI frameworks and research tools. Every major breakthrough in AI, from image recognition to large language models, has been shaped and accelerated by this ecosystem. Developers rely on mature libraries, debugging tools, and seamless updates that let them scale models across new generations of hardware without rewriting code. For NVIDIA, this combination of cutting-edge memory and a deeply entrenched software stack forms a fortress. Any challenger must not only match the specs, but also convince the world to rebuild its entire AI workflow from scratch. Dojo supercomputer doesn't just swap out one chip for another. At the heart of Dojo is the D1 tile, a custom piece of silicon packing 576 megabytes of on-chip SRAM. Instead of relying on stacks of high-bandwidth memory like NVIDIA Blackwell, Dojo tiles form a dense mesh, linking hundreds of dies together with ultra-fast, low-latency connections. This design is not about chasing the highest raw flops. It is about moving data for vision and self-driving workloads with minimal delay and maximum efficiency. Each D1 die handles vast amounts of data right on the chip, slashing the time and energy usually lost shuttling bits back and forth to external memory. Tesla claims this approach lets Dojo outperform traditional GPUs for specific training tasks, especially in computer vision, but not everyone is convinced. Independent benchmarks are scarce, and some engineers point out that Dojo's edge depends on tightly controlled, purpose-built workloads. The possibility of a vertically integrated AI factory, where chips, software, and data all move in lockstep, has investors and rivals watching every Dojo milestone. If Tesla's gamble pays off, the entire AI hardware race could tilt in an unexpected direction. Tesla's 2021 AI Day drew a line in the sand. The public unveiling of Dojo was more than a technical showcase. It was a declaration that Tesla would no longer rely on NVIDIA for its core AI infrastructure. That same year, LinkedIn trackers and industry insiders noticed a steady migration of chip architects and software engineers from NVIDIA and other giants to Tesla's growing Silicon team. Behind the scenes, hedge funds began shifting capital, betting that Tesla's vertical integration could disrupt the established supply chain. For the first time, major investors and top engineering talent put real weight behind the idea that Musk's approach wasn't just talk. The momentum was visible, and the challenge to NVIDIA's dominance had become impossible to ignore. Musk's team recently secured 100,000 H100 chips in less than 3 weeks, a feat even industry veterans called superhuman. Now, Musk is floating the idea of Terafab, a factory aiming to produce 1 million AI chips every month. Policymakers and rivals are watching closely as NVIDIA ramps up lobbying in Washington to protect export routes and market share. If Musk's vertical integration succeeds, the entire balance of power in AI could shift overnight. The race to build custom AI hardware is not slowing. As rivals double down on vertical integration, the industry's balance could shift overnight. In this new era, no dominance is permanent.